Hi, I'm Rory from QuickWinDevelopment.com. Today we'll be going over a few of the features of the Excel integration tools for Xero. Excel integration tools gives you access to data exposed by the Xero API. API stands for Application Programming Interface, and it's how third-party developers like myself integrate to Xero. To get started, we'll need to connect to an organization. Choose if you want to include payroll features. Select your organization and click Authorize, and copy the pin into the dialog. Now that you're connected, you'll be able to get data from that organization. Just click the table that you want. You'll be prompted if there's a filter, then click OK. Here I'm going to grab some contacts from the core menu. You'll find most things under this menu. I'm going to filter it down so it's just customers and press OK. I'll go ahead and grab some other bits of data. If your organization supports payroll, you can grab it from here. Find a selection of reports available under this menu. And the API also supports a small selection of published reports. There's also a selection of views available from this drop-down. Views aggregate data to make reporting easier. In this case, it's showing me overdue invoices and days overdue. Now that you know how to get and filter data from Xero, it's time to look at some advanced techniques. First, we'll add a couple of sheets. Then we'll get some data from the invoices table, get some sales, and we'll get some data from the payments table. And we'll filter it down to customer payments. Now, if you haven't already renamed your worksheets, it will go ahead and rename them after whatever table you've just inserted. First, we'll go ahead and clean up some of this data. We'll get rid of some of the columns we're not really interested in. That looks good. And we'll do the same for payments. Now you can refresh any table you want simply by selecting anywhere on the table, click Integration Tools, and click Refresh Selected. And it'll show you the filter last used on this table. We can go ahead and adjust it. And let's just put it back. And if you want to refresh the entire workbook, just click Refresh All, and it'll use whatever filter you last applied on the table. This is handy if you have a good report or chart and you want to switch between organizations and rerun it again. So let's analyze some of this data. Click Design and summarize it with a pivot table. Normally it's best to put a pivot table on a new sheet, but we'll just go ahead and put it over here. And we are interested in the contact name, the date, and we'll put the date up as a column, and the total. We'll just get the sum of the total. Now those dates aren't very useful to us, so we'll just go ahead and group them as months, and we'll format these values as a currency. Now we can just create a simple pivot chart out of this. Bar chart should do. And we'll cut it out of here and put it on our first sheet. And we'll rename this sheet our dashboard. Let's go back to our invoices again, and we'll summarize it again in another pivot table. We'll place it over here. This time we're interested in the status and the total. And once again, we'll format the currency so it looks nice. And we'll create a pivot chart. This time we'll create a pie chart. And we'll change the design so it shows the values. And we'll cut it out of here and we'll place it here in our dashboard. And lastly, we'll go to our payments tab and we will summarize it with a pivot table. And this time we are interested in the invoice number, the date, and the amount. And we'll put the date over here as a column, group it by months. Alright, we should have chosen amount, there we go. And we will change that to currency. There we go. Click pivot chart and press OK. Now with 2013 we have slicers. So let's put a slicer on this first table. This allows me to quickly get a nice view of a specific set of data. So I can click May, June, July, August, or disable the filter. And I can do the same here. Let's insert a slicer on the date. July. There we go. A nice simple dashboard of our invoices and payments. Now what we can do is click Integration Tools and change organization. Just choose No. And connect to a different organization. And using the Refresh All button, we can rerun this dashboard and all the reports for this new organization.